Hello, and good afternoon to everybody. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. We want to talk a little bit today about the business of OnPassive. Not everybody is aware that businesses are going from conventional to digital formats right in front of us, even though we still seem to lose ground on how to make it all work for us, right? That's why we've got that 97% failure rate that we talk about. I mean, the makers of the tools, they're pretty good at putting them out, but they're sorely lacking when it comes to helping the end user be successful. What we seem to end up with are piecemealed systems that we paid through the nose for because the tools are repackaged and, it's old tech gathered from all over the place. They don't work together, not well, if they work at all. Well, now we can go to OnPassive because OnPassive saw the opportunity in the online space as a global solutions provider that is going to halt that failure rate dead in its tracks, probably, or I hope so anyway. OnPassive has created a sophisticated system with a complete collection of tools for service and finance, business, marketing, leadership, education, things like that. And there's a humanitarian aspect of it that we can literally use for any area of our lives. It's going to save time and money. I know that the last few videos that I've put out have been hammering Catmo pretty good, but I'm going to tell you, man, if you get Catmo, you're going to get OnPassive, okay? And the first part of Catmo explains the system as a complete digital solution that's automated and it provides traffic. It's a great concept. It allows businesses to spend a lot less time in the trial and error phase producing results and determining what they need. So much less determining what probably really works and stops the costly processes associated with startups dead in its tracks. So the last part of the Catmo refers to money, okay, residual income. This is an opportunity that we have with OnPassive to earn from our system, and I mean substantially too. I mean, in a lot of cases, the wealth is going to be extraordinary, and this makes it easier to weather any financial soft spots that any of us as business owners tend to go through from time to time. So through the elements of Catmo, the lag between the starting up and the figuring out of what works is exponentially reduced because what we have is new tech. It's built from scratch. It's all integrated seamlessly to work flawlessly, and it's all under one roof. For businesses doing like business as usual, it's going to be a lot more challenging under the current outdated online marketing model. Rather than using OnPassive's unique revolutionary model, our system is less expensive and more complete with superior products, to be sure. Now, as mentioned a bit earlier, the system does provide a huge benefit of targeted traffic. Now, under the current online marketing system, nearly every one of us will have to go out and set up tools in the traffic, to get traffic rather, right? And to bring in customers, or they've got to go, like I have in the past, outright and pay somebody else, to Udemy or whatever, to go get traffic for them. Well, that's not so with OnPassive. They're going to be doing their own traffic. We know exactly what works, and we've built the entire system to be run very easily by the user. So digitally speaking, there's a much larger, cheaper, faster audience than we can see previously, but we can access it now through OnPassive's digital marketing platform, its total internet solution. So if you're tired of traveling, the dirt roads of the old internet, then come on, get on board. We've paved the way here for success. We've paved the proverbial information highway with a perfected system. It works, especially when you consider the guaranteed traffic. And when you factor in the speed of our system with its automation, it's an absolutely win-win-win scenario because we win, you win, and your customers also win. I absolutely love what Mr. Mufareh said to Dr. Williams during an interview, and I quote, "You pay and you own the world. That's it." That's what OnPassive is. Everything you need to communicate, to learn, to educate, to earn, to connect with the world, to promote your business, to any activity that goes around your daily life, today's life, is already on OnPassive. Once you make that payment, the light goes on, unquote. So it is a totally done for you system that's just waiting for you to jump on board. And come on, let's face it. Anytime you spend doing whatever it is you're doing now, you're not going to get that time back, all right? But now we can save time for use with other activities. That's doable right now. That's because we have OnPassive. We can give you a one-stop shop immediately that works. And we also make sure that you're not wasting any other time searching anywhere else, because we've got it all. You don't have to leave our platform for anything. And we do it from the perspective of a user need. Now, this means that whether it's government or nonprofit or medicine or individuals or whatever, okay, whatever it is, doesn't matter. If you're on the internet, you're going to be able to use us. So whatever we see as necessary or needed, we're going to add. In other words, we're going to build onto the platform as we go, as needs arise, and as technology changes or develops. And that's going to obviously help us and our entire member base. So our users are going to understand that this system is easy, and in no time at all, they're going to understand just how clean, simple, and easy it is to use. That's because the architecture is easy, the user interface is easy, it's simple, it's completely plug and play. Okay, there's no real learning process involved in it. I mean, for a learning user aspect, actually, and if you want to have a product that's like complete and accessible by all walks of life, all ages, end users, by baby boomers, millennials, Gen Xers, I mean everybody, then it's got to be simple, right? Well, OnPassive thinks so too. So they made it very simple. Marketing in the growth factor is almost as seamless with OnPassive as it's ever going to get. All right, and everything that we do on a daily basis is being laid out and automated in one place. It's on one platform, guys. But there's an additional ability for sources and products and incomes, other opportunities, so to speak, to be added to the marketplaces of OnPassive once we launch and once we continue to grow. Now, you've all heard probably, quote, necessity is the mother of invention, unquote. Well, that's right. So as needs arise, we're going to create and develop our tech and continue to build the platform as needed and as the technology becomes available or as it matures. So because of that, all of the basics on the platform currently are run automatically. You really do never have to lift a finger, okay, beyond joining and setting up the account, of course, because you're going to be okay. You don't have to set the domain name. You don't have to build a website. You don't have to figure out your hosting or security or anything else. All these things are done for you. Okay, once you've paid for the account, you've activated, connected a wallet, right? Set up your financial information, then you're done. You really don't have to lift another finger because you've got a complete business running on autopilot. This is all done through AI, right? And AI is a technology for every user on the planet. It's not just for a few. For instance, if you set up your domain, right? From that point on, it's hosted in the best possible options. There's content on the live site. There's a URL that's branded to you. You got that, right? To you, not to OnPassive. It's connected with everything that can capture customers and do all of the follow-up. You don't have to do anything because OnPassive's technologies will personally communicate to the user based on location and language, etc., and educate them little by little as needed. There's also tutorials that are going to walk you through the available benefits and motivate, even encourage them to follow you in your building of their business and their building of their business. Every element in OnPassive, from the lowest to the very highest, whether they're tools or communications or whatever, is run on auto. The tech is absolutely developed and it runs day in and day out so that you will actually benefit passively. And that's what it's all about, right? Now, all that AI activity follows all the people sent to your site and the prospects and the members' websites in a very beautiful, beautiful automated cycle. And you can even add components that you want to try through the drag and drop, the plug and play asset, right? There's no need to be techie. You don't have to be some sort of an IT expert because at every step there's going to be an icon. It's going to be a video or a tutorial or a tour explaining how it all works in your language, okay? It's a big part of the creativity that OnPassive has done in making something complicated into a sure, simple thing that anybody can operate, anybody can use in this positive and uplifting environment. And that's exactly what we have done here, and it's all done for you, okay? But now for the tech heads out there, for those people that want more of a hands-on approach and like to do manual building, there's an ability for manual navigation. But the system was designed to be straightforward and not very complicated, but very comprehensive. Obviously, OnPassive's primary business concept is an IT company, heavily supported by AI. Okay? We're not just a tool company per se that develops a set of tools or packages and then we're done with it, and not on your life. We will always create and develop new tech as we go with new ideas, new modalities, inventions. Actually, there's a ton of them already lined up. What you probably know about us is just barely enough to scratch the surface. So our system has also got a humanitarian impact, okay, at a couple of levels, minimally. I'm sure there's more. The first is at a user level and is brought about by, you've heard of CATMO, right? The first three parts of CATMO, C-A-T, because not only can the system be used hands-free by anybody in the world, it's also affordable to anybody in the world. This means millions of people that have never had the opportunity to be financially successful, much less having the means to attain that success, now have access to a completely automated, done-for-you system that guarantees their success. Now, secondarily, as brought about by the last element of CATMO, the system can generate much, much more than is actually required, to live for, with basic needs. So much that the extra income generated opens up lots of opportunities for use in helping friends and family to give to charities and to fund other causes that you may be passionate about. In these two ways, OnPassive actually serves the whole world through its members and not just the member base. So, and that means we're serving the whole world through everybody in OnPassive because we can't separate them out from the mission either. We're all part of the process. We're all part of what's needed and necessary, and we're all part of the whole. And I used to say that OnPassive was made for the founder, but I believe OnPassive was made for the world. The founder is certainly a pillar of OnPassive, but the customer, the reseller, the company, the human-powered components that run the company, our staff and engineers, are all part of the cyclical process that makes us successful, and we cannot undermine a single one of them because together we are complete and we win more together. So, you see, OnPassive actually lays out the vision and the foundation so that we are all equal in membership, but we're not equal in responsibility. So even so, you could work the system to skyrocket your success if you want, because we want those that join, the businesses and individuals, to get creative and take advantage of the process that we produced. In other words, we're doing the work now so we can play later. We want you to do the same. Take responsibility for creating your best future instead of waiting for a mediocre one. Only the founders have exceptional features and recognition like travel and bonuses and the GoFounders platform, etc. Only founders have the ability to pre-build their business, to pre-build their network and net worth, and to have access to the core activity like the development teams and the leadership council and such. And only the founders are going to be privy to understanding the massive OnPassive vision as it unfolds. So, I want to thank you very much for listening to this. I know that it was rather quick. I wanted to keep it short. If you've been invited already, please reply to the founder that invited you to join. If you weren't, please click a link in the description box below and join with us right now. I know that you'll be glad you did. This will be an adventure that you will not likely ever forget the beginning of as long as you live. And I also wanted to say, though, that despite whatever you decided to do or whatever it is that you end up doing, we wish nothing but blessing and blessing upon you and upon your entire family, and I wish the best for you at all times. Thanks. Bye.